In this section, we're going to discuss judging a student's competence. As an assessor, you have the responsibility of making accurate and fair judgments according to the principles of assessment and rules of evidence. This information is contained in Standards 1.8 to 1.12 of the Standards for Registered Training Organisations. So if we look at the rules of evidence, first one is validity. So the assessor is assured that the student has the skills, knowledge and attributes as described in the module or unit of competency and associated assessment requirements. So again, at VFA, as a trainer and assessor, you're normally provided with the assessment tasks that have been mapped against the elements and the performance criteria and the skills and knowledge. But it's still important that your job is to make sure all the evidence is gathered properly, because as you can see, if you, with one of the assessment tasks, don't gather certain evidence from one of the students, then it could leave a hole in certain sections of the training package. So that's an important part of your role. So sufficiency, the assessor is assured that the quality, quantity and relevance of the assessment evidence enable a judgment to be made of a student's competency. Again, making sure you gather all the required evidence as set out in the assessment task. The assessor is assured that the evidence presented for assessment is the student's own work. Again, we'll be going through plagiarism a bit later in another section of these videos, but again, you normally get a fair idea of a student performing really poorly on observation, then they hand up some good assessment work. Often that's a sign that something's going on and it mightn't be their own work. The assessor is assured that the assessment evidence demonstrate current competency. This requires the assessment evidence to be from the present or the very recent past. Again, normally you've got the students in front of you, so it's probably more relevant from a recognition of prior learning point of view when we're looking at evidence and making sure not only have they been able to do it in the past, but they can actually still do it now. The principles of assessment are also set out in the Assessor Guide. So you would have covered these principles of assessment a number of times, including in your TAE qualification. But the principles of assessment are fairness, flexibility, validity, and reliability. So it's really important you understand all the principles of assessment. So if there's any unsure of, make sure you go back over these principles in this presentation. So slow it down, read through them, and speak to your academic coordinator or manager if you have some concerns about any of the principles of assessment or whether you're applying them correctly.